That hammer is going to be running today. I'm not letting this video go until that happens. So, I'm so excited about this day. No joke. Welcome here, Tim the Blacksmith. So this video, we have been waiting literally a year for this day. We're putting it back together, the Naza Lobdell. We started it about a year ago. We have encountered pretty much every worst situation you could on the front end of this hammer. It was a complete basket case. More detail on that as we get into it. That means, though, that this has been super financially draining. So I got a shirt made up with the Lobdell Nazel, the Green Mean Lean Machine Nazel on it. If you want one of those to help support my very thin wallet right now, that would be awesome. Available on my website, link is down below. It's not going to be super easy to show you all the details, but I'm going to talk you through it. So this is the ram. This is upside down right now, so the die sits in here. So we have completely reworked the ram. The inside, which is where this part here rides on, can't see it right now, that has been machined and honed to the exact true dimensions we need it to be. We have squared faced this. I didn't do any of this. This is all Eric and Steve at Eagle Machining. Squared this, squared this. Then Eric machined a pin in here. This is a 4140 steel pin in here, which is the bushing plug pin. And then this has been completely squared and machined 5-degree angle on this side and this side for the dovetail, and then a 1-degree slope. That is one sweet setup. This has seen massive work. So what happened here, this part was so out of spec, and it had 2 rings on it that were huge. It was also bad that it was actually machined off. This is a piece of cast iron that was slipped on. There's actually a seam right here. It was shrunk fit on. Hard to see. Then these 2 new rings have been put on here like that. Then up here, these are ball bearings, check valves. They've been taken apart and cleaned. This is a conversion job on this. So this is this receives the bushing plug, which is on the bottom of the ram, which is at the top right now. And that actually fits into here. And that creates the air cushion, so when the ram comes up, it doesn't smash into this. It does wear out eventually, and so when that happens, the conversion is now you just take these 2 set screws out, you pull this out, put a new one in, off to the races. And then this part, if you remember, I spent a ton of time with this one, measuring, truing up, and everything like that. Well, here's the deal. I wasn't feeling super good about it. And then when we had all of this work done on this, I took this to Eric. He is a way better machinist than I could ever dream of being. He cleaned up the insides, made sure it was all true and parallel, and he made this one new and this one new. These are the guides, so like I couldn't be happier about these ram guides. And then these 2 grooves here is where we're going to put some leather seals in, which we've made. They're actually soaking in oil right now, and we're going to get into that like basically right now. That is the overview of the parts. So now today we're going to try to put this all together and see how it runs. So yesterday I took the leather seals and they've been soaking. That's to saturate them, get them soft, get them oiled. So we're going to take those out now and we're going to put them into the ram guide over there. Ow. This should all just work. I actually am totally surprised at how well that went. Just going to build a gasket for this, and then we're ready to go. So this is the gasket here, just so that's ready to go. Looks really sharp. What's really important is that this gasket is not thick. This is 1/64 of an inch. What was in there before was like 1/8 of an inch or thicker. The problem with the thick gasket is if it's not torqued up perfectly true, because it's so thick you could torque it out of square, and we're talking 8 thou tolerance over 24 inches, so it could easily bump it out, and that would just premature wear your hammer. guy up here, and somebody before me had center punch. So this is the front, 3 tings there, 3 tings here. So we just got to go up there. So we're going to get our mounting system up. I actually put up in the rafters. You probably can't see that right now. I got a chain. We're going to use a chain hoist, and we're going to go right through the hammer. So we're running true. And with the chain hoist, we can just really baby this up and just get it nice and square, hopefully, instead of using the excavator, which is all over the place. I never thought about the flats. That was really dumb. Forgot about the flat spot, so it doesn't quite fit. The reason we've got this big round thing in there is so that when we put the chain and everything in, that the whole entire assembly can't like slide out. So I just got to do a little rough trim job here. Just do it with the torch. Woo! Was that dramatic? I wanted it to be. Probably not. The burning paint is fun. That's probably the most beautiful thing I've ever built in my whole entire life, like honestly. Final torque. You're not showing how like my hand's shaking at 70 foot-pounds, right? So what's been going on behind the scenes, besides the power hammer, is we've been spending a ton of time developing the packaging for the axes. I was showing some of this last week. Here's a couple pictures of that. These are the boxes that we're going to be shipping the axes in. We're giving it a go. This is our first one. Some of these are Hudson Bays from the 1919 Illinois train rail steel, which is actually, those are open for pre-orders right now. These are the Blackhawks here from the 1919 train rail. Those again are available for pre-order on my website. We have a couple more spots available. And then these axes here are the refurbished axes that we have. And this is that Halsbrook. This is like such a sweet axe. And then these 3 here are not sold. Those are available on my website too, but this is what I actually wanted to show you. So this is the final ingredient. This is the packaging here, how we want to ship the axes out. So these are ready to go. I know those of you who've ordered have been waiting a long time. I'm sorry for the delay, but we wanted to get this dialed in because it's important. To those of you who have bought an axe from me and you receive it with this new packaging, please let me know how it works out. I want to know that this axe arrived safely to you. It's a good experience. If there's any issues, let me know, because this is the time that we can fix anything. Like, I've thought it through. I think we're golden, but let me know. So anyways, let's get back to the power hammer. Let's get the ram in. So here is what is next. This is the ring for the ram. So far, things are going well for us. Let's not change that right now. Okay. Read it. There is a possibility that this is not a big enough gap. The reason is because this was made to, I actually don't know what Eric made, if he made it to the minimum bore, the maximum bore in the hammer. So we'll play with it and see, because we could always just take a little bit more out, because right now that's pretty much closed and it feels like it's quite a bit bigger. It's actually, yeah, it's got a lot of floating room. I wish it was a little bit tighter, but we'll put it in and see how it looks. Well, to show you this is a good angle to see the honed surface on the inside and then the cushion plug pin down there. So that's a press fit in, but it is pinned as well. So that's the part there that will slide in that. Yeah. See how this works out. This is the ring here. I'm holding it in with my finger. You can't really see that on the other side. Anyways, this bevel here, it's square. This is the lap joint right here, and it's not quite flush. And that's because the ring is just a little bit too big. So we're gonna open that gap a little bit so this thing can shrink in, and then I think that's gonna solve our issues. What we're learning here is this is a good example. So the seal, we've got it pushed about 2/3 of the way down. You can see the dry is where the piston or the ram went down, and this is where it didn't. But you can see the compression line, and what's happening is the way to fix that is you grind the top down, making this thinner, so that then when it compresses, it's got room to push it this way and up onto the sides, and so that's how you get a tight seal. So I'm pretty optimistic that I just take a little bit more off the top, and then this thing's gonna fit just perfectly. So we're just kind of learning because we've never done this before. Okay, check it out. That's the ram. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. We started at 8, it's 11. Okay, so that's 3 hours. Not too bad. We've just got one more to go. This is the thing about power hammers. Nobody gets it. Is like, wow, Tim, that's such a cool power hammer. We just spent 6 hours of labor putting one seat. You know what? That's probably okay because I'm just complaining about life problems right now. Oh, I'm feeling the pain right now. 6 hours for a leather seal? Do you really want me to? No, I'm fine. Let's get the next one in.
Is it supposed to go further? Oh yeah, it's supposed to go all the way.
It'll go. Is that a possibility that I'm just thinking it through, that the bottom of this bore is smaller than the top and that steel ring is causing issues? Yeah, that's looking really good. Nice. Nice. It's getting better, hey? Or are you just really giving it? This is the gasket here, just made up. I wanted to show you a little trick if you haven't seen this for making holes, or you could use it to cut out. I didn't use it to cut on the edge, you could have though. Take a ball peen hammer for the inside hole here, and you gently use the ball peen just to go around it there. And I don't know if you can see that, but it just cuts a hole in it. So it's a really nice way to make a nice fitting gasket. This is the contactor and the switch. We've seen some mice going in there today, so I figured we better open it up. Make sure we don't fry any critters when we fire this thing up, but I don't really feel like having one coming down my shirt, so I'm just gonna step up high. Not that I'm not scared of mice, I'm just taking precautions. Oh yeah, baby. It's a good thing we checked that before we turned it on. Man, you little stinker nits. Well, what do we do with the guy now? There's no power turned on here, right? Yeah, that's right. That's nasty poo. Yeah, he's gone. I want everybody to know on camera, we did not kill the mouse. Okay, got it cut up, trimmed. Let's drive it in, and hopefully that'll be the one. We're just gonna start it up, everything open just to make sure it's clean on the inside. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna get some earplugs in, it's gonna get loud. I'm gonna open the side port. I think it's so cold, it's having a hard time just starting in the back. happy clown. So, I'm gonna try it, guys. Not sure what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna use the ball valve here to see if I can kind of ease into it a little bit. See what happens. It's really, really close. It's not quite fluid how it should be, I think, but it's getting better. I think we might be there. I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to let it run a little bit more, and then we'll just let it settle in a bit, and then we might open it up, or we'll see how we feel after letting it go for a bit. That's not good. Switchy was starting to get fluid too. That's super weird. Guys, we got a problem here. Something's not quite right there. We got a frozen ram up in there. I'm not sure what happened. Ah, crap.